Hi, Ginzo and Tonic. Thanks for having me on the channel. And hi to all the viewers. This is Zazzles, and today I'm going to talk about my latest stop in the first edition of the 100 Goat Challenge created by Dale100, where more than 100 people participated in a single elimination tournament in which I made it to second place. As some may already know, I'm Italian. My name is Stefano and I'm studying for my master's degree in philosophy. So when I have enough time, I like to play goats. So like most of the past tournaments, my deck of choice was Gearfried, because it's my favorite deck and it's what I know best. And because I haven't tried anything else really, having not enough time to explore other options. But I honestly enjoy playing the deck, so that's the main reason really. So let's talk about it. Now, I'll be the first to say that it's not the most competitive deck, but I think it deserves really a better spot than most people think it belongs to, like in the latest tier list video where Gearfried was put in like C tier, and I hope my result will put the deck in a better light. So let's talk about the list. So as you can see, I don't actually main the smoke grenades, I just put them in the side, because this was an idea that was suggested in a conversation with Don't Copy, which is a very good duelist. Shout out to him. And in this conversation we talked about a list of his friend that he sent it to me, and we were discussing it, and I liked the idea of just siding the smoke grenades, since they can be the most bricky card in the deck. So I just put the Blast with Chain to combo with Gearfried and max out on Dash Shoot, because they were just a more live card than the smoke grenades. And then I added 2 dust tornadoes for back row, since it's the only thing that I cannot hit with the dash shoot. So this was basically the biggest change from past lists that I've played in tournaments, where I used to just main the grenades and blast with chains. Then another change I've made is maining only one nobleman, just because I expected a lot of aggro for the recent meta that I've seen, and I made the space for 2 Blade Knights. So I wanted to have a 2k beater to search as an option, and still be able to deal with flip effect monster. So I didn't really lose that much putting out nobleman. It actually helped me brick less against warriors. And also, like if I don't play Blade Knight, my highest attack monster is only 1800, so I just needed a higher attack monster. So what I think it's interesting here is the inclusion of Abyss Soldier and Matasa the Zapper. So for Abyss Soldier, I think the card is worth the risk of just being a vanilla if you don't have a water monster, especially Serpent, to bounce anything on the field. But I think that effect is very strong for this deck, since the main strategy is to limit our opponent's options with already the 3 dash shoots and solemns and blast with chains that are also very versatile, that can defend your monsters as well as popping anything on the field. So back to Abyss Soldier, I think just bouncing back anything that can stop you is quite a powerful move. And as it happened in a match where my opponent activated Swords of Revealing Light, and that card could have stopped me for a few turns and he could have recovered, but I had Abyss with a play in hand with water monster to discard and just bounce his sword and attack for game. It's worth to mention that Abyss combos very well with Dash Shoot, of which we are playing 3. As for Mataza the Zapper, the card is great for pushing for damage. More often than not is lethal, because just having a Gearfried and a Mataza is more than half of our opponent's life points, so it either puts them on a clock, or 1 turn clock, or if he has maybe used Solemn, we can just attack for game. Also, the effect that he cannot be taken is relevant against Thousand Eyes and just Snatch Steal, which is a card that we often want our opponent to not use it, since we play 3 Gearfried, and so if we manage to put on board just Gearfried and Mataza, the Snatch Steal is just dead in their hand. So the last card I want to talk about is Blast with Chain, which is a card that really shined in this tournament for me, because it was the most versatile. Like I said, it can help protect your monsters and just pop anything, even reacting to an opponent's effect like Breaker or Dust Tornado. As long as you have a face-up monster on field, you can just chain it and get the effect off of it just by a play of your opponent. And I want to highlight a moment in the tournament, I believe it was against Tenply, where he summoned Ryu Senshi, which is very hard to deal with, and the only way I had to out him was just activating Blast with Chain in damage step, which is a window where he cannot negate the effect. And believe it or not, that play saved me the game and I proceeded to win it. So now I'll talk a little bit about the side deck. So I side 2 Asura for Scapegoat, which came back to popularity, as it seems, in this tournament. Then I play the second Mystic Swordsman level 2. If I see that my opponent plays like Chaos with a lot of flip effects, especially Gravekeeper Spy, then 2 Trunades, which I find them useful for floodgates in general. Like if I happen to face like a skill drain deck, or just burn in general, really, like Nightmare Wheel or you know, level limit, that kind of stuff. Then I have the Vortex for just aggro with big monsters. I also play Serpent, so I can use it without losing much resources. And then I play 2 Mind Controls for Chaos matchups, just to, you know, steal their flips if I know they're gonna be flip effect monsters, or just saving them for Chaos monsters. The second Nobleman, again for Chaos or just decks that set a lot. Then there are the 3 Smoke Grenades that I didn't use for all the tournament because I just faced Chaos and Warriors really. But I think in the final match I just regret looking back for not having put them in. That was my bad, but congrats anyway to Alefia, who is a very talented player alongside with his brother. They have very innovating ideas and they deserve their great results. And then for the last 3 cards, there are, you know, 2 Sakuretsu Armors and Widespread Ruin for, you know, aggro, and just 1 Widespread Ruin because I think King Dragoon, although being very hard summonable monster, it has its own right to be a threat, so I just wanted to be prepared. It didn't happen, but you know, it served me as well as a Sakuretsu armor. And overall, I don't think I need to make any changes right now. I like the main deck. Maybe for the side it will depend on the meta, who knows. But I just hope to play the next tournament and get qualified for the World Championship. And at the same time I want to enjoy playing my favorite deck. So that's it for the profile. If you want to ask any question, you can just comment or send me a message on Discord. You can find me easily if you are in the server of Gins and Tonic or goatformat.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So hope to see you in the next profile, and have fun.